What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react and learn about foods that the UK does better than any other country. So today, I want to take a look at this Reddit discussion where somebody asked, what foods does the United Kingdom do better than anywhere else? So, which foods are better at home than anywhere else you've been? So, this question is really directed at people from the UK. It's talking about your home. Which foods do you miss when you're out of the country? Because the UK genuinely does it the best. This is a humble brag. You don't have to hold back. It's okay to brag a little bit today about the UK and what food it does better than anyone else. It's okay to do some things the very best, especially when we're talking about food. As an American, I like food, so I'm quite excited for this. I just thought it would be fun to hear about the best tasting foods that the UK has to offer according to Brits here on Reddit. So let's take a look, starting with, personally, I think the range of cheese we have in Britain is superb. Cheese, to be completely honest, when I think about Britain and food, cheese does not come to my mind. I don't know. I guess there's some stereotypical things that us Americans think of when we think of British food. But cheese is certainly not one of those things. Do you actually have lots of cheeses? What are these cheeses called? I mean, maybe I can look this up. Actually, I think this warrants it. If you put this in Google, oh my, lo and behold, it returns quite a few results. Cheddar, a hard cheese. Wait a what? It's frying my brain. Cheddar cheese originated in the UK, in the village of Cheddar. Cheddar cheese is from the UK? I never knew that. Is that real? What? Okay, never mind. I take back everything I said about cheese in the UK and doubting it. This is amazing. Stilton, I'm not sure what that is. It's blue cheese made in 3 counties in England. Wensleydale, Red Leicester, Cornish Yarg. Are these just made up? are these real names? Am I this naive? Cornish Yarg. That sounds like a spell or something. Cornish Yarg. Like, what? Stinking Bishop? You're pranking me. You're pranking me. You're joking with me. It's a smelly cheese made from the milk of the Gloucester cows. Cheshire. That sounds familiar. Wow. Yeah, this is just, I think, a small little overview of British cheeses. The range of cheese in Britain. Yeah, that's awesome. And honestly, something I really didn't know about in regards to British culture. All the cheese. You are correct. We have more regional cheeses than France? What? And let's be honest, a proper cheddar goes with anything. I can't believe cheddar cheese was like originated, invented in Britain. Like, cheddar cheese is pretty popular, in the world, certainly here in America. Speaking of America, in regards to cheese, it's like, what are we known for? American cheese? Have you ever had American cheese? The more artificial tasting, the more authentic it is, counterintuitively, actually. Wow, okay, cheese could be a food that the UK does better than any other country. Certainly, like, has the most varieties by the sound of it. I really did not know that. That's pretty awesome. What else? Okay, food the UK does better than everywhere. What else? As Orwell agrees in his essay, puddings. Puddings. I have an interesting relationship with British puddings. I've done entire videos dedicated to figuring out what a British pudding even is. Because it's so very different than what a pudding is here in America. Steamed or baked puddings, sticky toffee, crumble, with custard. Best puddings in the world. Let me try to look this up as well. Honestly, pudding? No, British. But here we go. British puddings. 56 British puddings. Okay. Yeah. Holy cow. Wait a minute. Value my privacy. Okay. Are these all puddings? These can't be all puddings. These are pies and tarts. What? That look. And it's trying to advertise too many things to me. They just lost our viewership, that website. You had your chance, Delicious Magazine, but you have too many pop-ups. My goodness. What are the most popular puddings in the UK? Yeah, apple crumble, bread and butter. Cheesecake is a pudding? This just proves that I don't truly understand what a British pudding is. Cheesecake is a cake, but that's a pudding? Is that kind of like how like a rectangle is a type of square, but squares aren't rectangles? Or I don't know if I'm getting that right, but some cakes are pudding, but not all puddings are cakes, kind of thing, maybe. Sticky toffee pudding, I learned about a little bit. Rice pudding, jam roly poly. Are these also made up? I know I say that a lot, but it's like these words sound made up to me because I've never heard them before, and they're a little bit silly, but in a good way. Okay, I totally believe this. I may not understand it completely, but yeah, Britain, the UK, clearly does pudding on a whole other level. Jam roly poly with custard hits the spot. It's not made up. This is a real thing, jam roly poly. That's funny because that's literally the one I called out for being fake. Are there any images? Ooh. See, we would just call this like a roll or a baked good, like a jam bread. This is in Britain, it's a type of pudding. Okay. Exactly. Not the most refined, not the most complex. They just hit like nothing else. So certain types of puddings are just better in the UK than anywhere else. Yeah, I mean, for what little I understand about British puddings, I've never even heard of other countries around the world having these fantastical puddings. So I would totally agree with this. Full English, roast, bacon, and a proper chippy tea. This is the full English breakfast? Yes, full breakfast. What is meant by full English? Bacon, fried, poached, scrambled eggs, fried tomatoes, mushrooms, bread, toast, and sausages. My goodness. Yes. Do we have a photo? I'm sure we have some photos. Look at this. Yes, I've never had this myself. I've heard of this, the full English breakfast. It's like, honestly, it's almost what like a classic American breakfast sort of aspires to be, minus the beans and the tomato and any of this blood stuff, and the mushrooms. I guess we're just a little simpler here. But it looks like such a hearty breakfast. I think a lot of Americans would love this. Although we would probably substitute in pancakes or waffles, bacon, yeah, that kind of thing. Definitely, I could see, as an American, I can't truly ever, understand, your relationship to the full English breakfast. But I imagine if you grow up eating this breakfast, this monstrosity, this huge thing packed with foods and flavors, I would imagine if you grew up with that, this would be such a fond, like wonderful dish that you think of fondly and would miss if you didn't have it. But for me, it's just like, whoa, that is a lot. That is a breakfast. Holy cow. Okay, let's scroll down here. What else? Some more foods. The UK does better than any other country. I think these are all super valid so far. The UK, like, really does quite a lot of fantastic foods. And to do them better than any other country is not an easy feat. To be known for these foods, like, that's pretty cool. Like, what foods is America known for? Like, known for? Apple pie, sort of. Barbecue, I'd like to think. I don't know. Hamburgers, but it's like hamburger wasn't invented here. I don't know. I don't know. Pizza? Pizza wasn't invented here. We just take stuff and make it, pack it with sugar and and eat it and make it bigger. There you go. But what are some UK foods here? Crisps. Crisps are like chips. Not no, that's not what I meant. Not chips as in British chips, American chips, which are your crisps, which are thinly sliced potato slices packed with flavor. You know what I mean. Because chips means fries in the UK. Do you use the word fries in the UK, or do you always say chips? I can't even keep this straight. Chips. Do fries exist in the UK? Maybe you don't even say that word, huh? I've done a lot of traveling, and nowhere else in the world comes close to the variety and flavor of crisps we have here. This is fascinating to me. And this is absolutely something Americans do not know about. That the UK has lots of crisp flavors. A lot of Americans would be really baffled by this. 100%. Show me a country that offers even 10% of the flavor variety we have. We boss crisps. If there was a crisp Olympics, we would be the permanent champions, okay? At the beginning of this, I was like, no need to be humble, but wow. I like this. I like the confidence. The UK would just be the permanent champions of crisp Olympics. There you go. That's confidence. Very good. Crisps. Let's look that up for a sec. Crisps, UK. What do we have here? Yeah, immediately you get cheese and onion. Never heard of that. Salt and vinegar. We have that. Ready salted. Huh. Quafers. What are crisps? Crisp flavors. I gotta look up flavors. Oh, you spell flavors differently. That's right. 30 British potato chip flavors. Yeah. Yeah. Allow ads. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. I'll allow ads if I have to. Okay. Jacob's Twiglets. What the heck? Frazzle's Crispy Bacon. What is going on? Pickled Onion Space Raiders. What? Is this real? Jackie's. Mackey's. Haggis Cracked Black Pepper? Turkey and stuffing? Barbecue beef teriyaki? Sausage? Pigs in blanket? Insane. Absolutely insane in the best way possible. Yes, gosh, you could spend all day looking at the different flavors of crisps in the UK. Why is that? That is so random to me. Like, it's a really cool thing to be sort of the best at in the world, but why does the UK, now that I think about it, why do you have so many crisp flavors? Is it just like, why not? Why not have lots of crisp flavors? British Indian food is pretty incredible. Yeah, I've heard about like British curry. Curry is an Indian dish, but for some reason it's very popular in the UK, right? The dishes made for British palates using Indian flavor are insane. They're unlike anything else in the world. We have access to real Indian food as well. So this is interesting. There's a little nuance here. It's not technically British, authentic British cuisine. It's like, it's not authentic Indian cuisine. That's what I meant to say. That's what I meant to say. Goodness gracious. This is not, we're not talking about authentic Indian cuisine. This is Indian cuisine, or that's been British-sized. It's made for the British palate. It uses Indian flavors. That's a very interesting concept to me. Pasties. What's a pasty? Oh, whoa, okay. Pasties UK. Yeah, I was gonna say it means something else in America. You can Google that on your own time. This is like a stuffed baked good, Cornish pasty, like vegetables stuffed inside bread. Really. I think this is a very British food. The question is, does any other country even attempt to do this? Does the UK do it the best? By extension, savory pies. Okay, I could give that to the UK. Best in the world at savory pies, yeah. We don't even really attempt this in America. We do have a chicken pot pie. And I think that used to be more of a classic American dish, chicken pot pie. But you really don't see that much anymore. No, not since a few generations ago, to be honest. So we've kind of lost the art of savory, meaty pies in America. We had the technology once. It's been lost to time. This is a really cool, category of food, actually, that I feel like we're missing out on. That, man, I bet people in the UK love this stuff. Pasties, savory pies. That would sound like a wonderful dish to have every once in a while. Yeah. Bacon. They don't seem to have a clue anywhere else. Bacon. But we're talking about UK bacon, which is different. Yes, it's big. It is fat. They have this example here. If I can open up this image. Yes. American bacon on the left. And on the right is real bacon. That's more what this UK bacon looks like, right? I'd love to try this. As Americans, we are obsessed with bacon. We love our bacon. I'm not really sure what people in the UK would even think of our bacon. UK bacon looks a lot more like a tender, like juicier meat. Probably tastier, probably higher quality. American bacon is, you cook it till it like curls up. It's thin, it's crunchy. It packs a big punch in flavor. Very American. But I'd love to try this UK bacon. That actually sounds really interesting. And perhaps it is better than anywhere else in the world. But as Americans, I think my knee-jerk reaction is to be like, hey, wait a minute. We like our bacon. We like it. So you're really confronting us here by saying you have the best bacon. To be honest, our bacon it's almost like it's meant to be kind of cheap, quick, and tasty. I'm not even going to really defend that it's the best in the world. I'd be interested to try other bacons. But anyway, I think with that's pretty darn good. That's really interesting. Quite a few foods that the UK does better than anyone else. I didn't really appreciate, especially the cheese. Remember all the cheese at the beginning? Full English breakfast. You got all the crisp flavors, pasties and savory baked goods. A lot of awesome UK foods. Really, this made me hungry. And I enjoyed this quite a bit. That's pretty fun to learn about. Honestly, the UK has a lot of stuff. A lot of good food going for it, seriously. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment. If you're from the UK, what do you think the UK does better than anyone else in the world in regards to food? The best UK food. That'd be really fun to hear about. And if you agreed with this list or not, and if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to the UK and learning about UK culture, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.